It's the Wilk Report. I'm Michael Wilk, coming to you from Cleveland, Ohio, with a review of The Mandalorian, Season 1, Episode 3, or Chapter 3, as they call it, The Sin. And the Mandalorian certainly commits a cardinal sin for bounty hunters, as you'll see from the review. The Mandalorian has made it back to his home base, I guess, or at least a planet where he and his enclave are staying. He goes ahead and takes a baby with him. It's Yoda-ling or Yoda baby. People call him Baby Yoda, but no, it's more like a Yoda baby because it's a member of the same species, not a baby version of Yoda. He takes it back to Werner Herzog's character, and he does something rather uncharacteristic for a bounty hunter, and he actually asks what's going to happen to the kid, which shows that, he's committed the sin of bonding with the infant. Werner Herzog saying, it's very uncharacteristic for a bounty hunter of your reputation to ask questions. Because bounty hunters are supposed, at least in the Star Wars galaxy anyway, they're supposed to take the pay and not ask any questions. That's why they're not a very reputable profession. Might be quite lucrative, but not very reputable for that reason. So, he takes the Beskar and he gets himself a brand new, mostly brand new set of armor. I think one of his leg armor pieces is still the battered Durasteel. But he had enough Beskar metal to get this. And, so he goes to Carl Weathers' character, asks for his next job, and he gets a job of some nobleman's son who skipped bail, and then he decides, you know what, I'm not really feeling this. I'm concerned about the kid, and I'm going to go ahead and do something about it. So he goes ahead and goes back to Werner Herzog's base, where he starts kicking ass and taking names. He's using his multi-purpose rifle / electro stick or whatever. He's using his flamethrower. I mean, he's really not playing around here. So, I mean, he's just kicking so much butt here that it gets really brutal. And then, of course, this gets him in trouble with the guild because, once he makes off with the Yoda baby, the entire bounty hunter guild, the guild just gets a simultaneous call out from, presumably from Werner Herzog's character, saying, hey, look, one of your own has gone rogue. He's stolen the quarry that I sent him to get. Whatever message he sent, they're all after him. So Carl Weathers confronts him, and there's this huge shootout. And I actually failed to get a proper screen capture of this just because I couldn't really get a proper one that I was happy with. But there's a scene where he's taken the Beskar medal to his clan leader to forge into new armor. And, there's this scene about, I can give you the Mudhorn as your insignia, since it's because apparently Mandalorians, when they get their more or less complete armor, they get to choose their insignia based on some significant event or something. So he defeated a Mudhorn, which is this giant alien rhino, but he says, no, I had help defeating it from an enemy. It didn't know it was my enemy, and he's referring, of course, to the Yoda-ling. And then, of course, he's bitched at by some of the bigger Mandalorians because he's apparently the runt of the litter, so to speak, and because they're complaining that, he took Beskar metal from the Empire, which did a great purge of Mandalorians, which is why the Mandalorians are so small in number now, and reduced to hiding out and taking bounties for a living. So, there's this implication, and I don't know if they took this from the decanonized uh, extended universe, but we're seeing a lot more world building here. Establishing the rules and giving back stories and just kind of fleshing everything out here. So I mean, this is very early in the show. It's only the third episode. Uh, so when he goes ahead and gets his Beskar, uh, Carl Weathers' character, shows a Mandalorian he's got a couple pieces of his own that I'm sure will come into play later. Yeah, because you're telegraphing it. So yeah, that's one of the weak bits of this episode where kind of telegraphs what's going to happen because you just know it's. But when he is bragging about the Mandalorian's new armor and how everyone is jealous of him for having gotten it and beaten. It's like all the other bounty hunters failed to get the yodeling. The Mandalorian got him. So yeah, but by this point, he's like, you broke the code, which you're not supposed to do. So the Mandalorian goes ahead and starts kicking ass. But, we get a bit of a pattern here that I'll go into in my next review, which I'll also be uploading today. But the pattern is, he gets in over his head, despite, having all these awesome skills against Imperial forces, but when he's up against fellow bounty hunters, I mean, it's not that he's incompetent. He's not, but he clearly has a habit of getting in over his head, where he's like outnumbered to the point where it's like, yeah, he needs some help to get out of these situations that he keeps getting himself into. And in this case, it's his clan of Mandalorians. They all come to his rescue because the clan leader, she is also the one who forges the armor. So, but she points out, look, the Empire is gone. Doesn't matter where they got the metal from. If they got it from Imperial smelting facilities or not. It's Beskar. It's what we use to make our armor. Something. And I guess the implication is that there's something poetic justice about taking something that once belonged to an enemy and turning it into a weapon or set of armor that you can use. So, yeah, we're seeing quite a bit of these situations where we're getting more backstory on the Mandalorian and his society, and I like this. It's world building. It's storytelling done right. You're actually peeling back layers and revealing stuff. The like I said, the one downside. And if you haven't seen the episode, I mean, you've gotten plenty of spoilers, so I'll just say it right out. Mandalorian shoots Carl Weathers and gets away with the yodeling, but Carl Weathers was saved because he had the Beskar medal in his vest, and that took the shot for him. So, it's really kind of resilient. But so you just know that he's going to be back. But, this is one of those things where the Mandalorian... and the cardinal sin, of course, like I said, is breaking the bounty hunter code, where you develop a soft spot for for someone, and it causes you to go against your own team, so to speak, because for someone who's building a reputation, the way the Mandalorian has apparently been over the last 5 or so years since the fall of the Empire. He's made quite a few enemies, and that people who are jealous of his success and who want a chance to come after him, and they're just waiting for an excuse, and he just gave it to him. So, yeah. But what do you think of this episode? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I want to know what you think. If you like what you've heard and you want to hear more, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever we upload new content. Make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube, for whatever reason, whether it's because of its algorithm or whatever corporate decision, they've been unsubscribing people. And this might just be a matter of, clearing house of inactive accounts, but you want to make sure that you're still subscribed. Like this video, share it. If you want to help support the channel and you want to help keep the lights on, help us bring you more content, head over to our Patreon or subscribe to our page. I've also got a tech fundraising drive, which is a link to below. Till next time, when I review episode 4 of the Mandalorian and get all caught up, this is Michael Wilk for the Wilk Report saying, take care, good night, I'm out.